Welcome to our information webinar about the compassion mindset, hosted by Dr. Nate Regier. Nate is CEO of Next Element, the leadership training and consulting company who developed the compassion mindset. Stay tuned till the end for details on how to get in touch with Nate and his team so you can bring the compassion mindset into your organization. And now, here's Dr. Nate Regier.
Greetings and welcome. I'm delighted to share with you this powerful framework for transforming relationships and cultures. Let's start with a little self-assessment about how you spend your energy. Where is your energy going? Think of the top several ways you spend your energy every day. Leaders want to make a difference, but are often drained by people problems. Strained relationships, negativity, and drama pull energy away from their best laid plans. Here's a real-life example from one of our clients illustrating how fast the virus of negativity can spread and how pervasive the impact. It all started at team meeting, 9 a.m. in the morning. A team member verbally attacked the leader, questioning her motives and integrity. The leader kept her composure and stayed focused on the agenda until after the meeting, when she approached her teammate to discuss what had happened. Within 15 minutes after the meeting, this team leader had emails from 4 other peers taking sides on the incident, offering advice and commiserating. By the end of the day, 2 more people who weren't even at the meeting had approached her about it. The next morning, we were scheduled to start a training at 9 a.m. Right before the training, this leader approached our trainer to talk about the incident. At first break, everyone was on their phones. When asked about it, all of them admitted they were dealing with the aftermath of this same incident. At lunch, this incident dominated the conversation, and that evening, 2 vice presidents spent 90 minutes talking to each other and HR about the situation. Add it up. Within 36 hours, 10 people spent 6 hours dealing with this single incident of interpersonal conflict. And that's only the half of it. We don't know how much time and energy was spent by people on the other side of the scene. Thankfully, by the end of day 2, these leaders had new compassion tools to engage differently in every one of those conversations in a way that affirms the value of each person involved, leverages their capability for problem solving, and shares responsibility for what happens next. With the compassion mindset, they can start gaining back that precious energy and time and spend it helping their company thrive. We know how hard it is to consistently engage positively at work, and we've helped hundreds of businesses around the world do just that. Here's what we're going to cover. Engagement, leadership, and the drain of negativity. You might be surprised what the research says about how negativity impacts engagement and the important role leaders play. I'll reveal the big idea behind the compassion mindset. I'll show you the basic components of this powerful new learning framework and demonstrate how the compassion mindset works with several real-life examples. I'll cover all the ways you can get the compassion mindset and finish with next steps you can take to bring the compassion mindset into your company and your life. A negative culture makes it very difficult to succeed in the marketplace. Here are some startling facts about what we are dealing with. Leaders are largely responsible for engagement. Brand new Gallup research shows that managers account for 70% of engagement. It is really remarkable how much influence leaders have on engagement and retention. Couple this with the current engagement numbers showing that 52% of employees are not engaged, and 1 in 3 is actively looking for another job. Next, many people are living and working in an environment of conflict and negativity. Research on workplace conflict shows that the average employee spends about 2.5 hours a week dealing with conflict. In 90% of those cases, the conflict escalates into personal attacks, avoidance, or absenteeism, and the price tag exceeds $350 billion a year in the U.S. alone. Leaders aren't equipped to deal with this. A study out of Australia showed that leaders spend up to 50% of their working life dealing with conflict, but don't feel confident to deal with it constructively. And their employees know it. The problem isn't lack of training or tools. The problem is that the tools they're using are adversarial in nature and don't solve the real problem. It's a setup for failure. I've experienced firsthand a toxic and energy-sucking work environment. I come home drained. Then on the weekend, I spend all day doing yard work and feel full of energy, even though I'm dead tired by the end of the day. So what's the difference between being drained and being tired? I think it all comes down to Gallup's definition of engagement, doing meaningful work in a climate that supports my personal growth and development. Most people will work hard, even until they're tired, when they're engaged, and it's satisfying. We shouldn't come home from work drained. Work relationships should energize us and help us be more effective, not make us want to quit. We have a solution. So what's the big idea? Compassion. Compassion is what makes us human, keeps us connected, and gets us back on track when we lose our way. What's so special about compassion? Of course, we need more compassion. Well, compassion is much more than just care, concern, and empathy, the definition with which most of us are familiar. Did you know that compassion comes from the Latin word meaning to struggle with? Compassion replaces adversarial habits and tools and approaches with a mindset emphasizing dignity, collaboration, and shared responsibility. We've been studying and training compassion for over a decade and have discovered that compassion is sorely lacking in many workplaces, communities, and families. Everyone agrees we need more of it. So what's the problem? What's missing? A simple and practical and scalable way to teach compassion. That's what's missing. You may be familiar with emotional intelligence training, diversity training, or training on how to have difficult conversations. What you won't find is an effective methodology for being more compassionate in the fullest sense of the word. So we built it. What is the compassion mindset? The compassion mindset is a learning framework that resets how people see themselves and others and provides skills to engage differently for breakthrough results. Does the compassion mindset build emotional intelligence? Absolutely. Does it help us deal with diversity? Yes. Is it useful in difficult conversations? Totally. And it's so much more. Ken Blanchard, renowned servant leadership guru, had this to say about our model. Finally, a practical way to build a more compassionate culture. The compassion mindset is effective at work and at home, at every level. How does the compassion mindset work? There are three essential components. The first is the mindset. The right mindset changes everything. People with a compassion mindset view themselves and others as valuable, capable, and responsible. We teach people how to recognize and turn on the three switches and reset their approach. The second component is the skill set. We teach three fundamental compassion skills, along with practical strategies, and show you how to use those skills to engage differently. The most effective leaders leverage and balance all three compassion skills. Here are some basic but powerful examples of how the compassion skills can help you engage differently. I might be worried about making others angry and say something like this, coming across as lacking self-confidence. I'm not sure, but I will go with whatever decision the team wants. Using the compassion skill of openness, I can engage differently and say it another way. I feel uncomfortable with this decision. I want to better understand it before agreeing to it. Maybe I have good intentions and I want to help, but the way I say it comes across as condescending and undermines my employees' capabilities. Don't you think it would have been better to have called the client first? Applying the compassion skill of resourcefulness, I can engage differently and say it another way. What could we do differently next time to arrive at a better outcome? Maybe I'm trying to emphasize how important the deadline is, but I say it in a threatening way and intimidate my employee. If you don't get that report in by Friday, your job is on the line. With the compassion skill of persistence, I can engage differently and say it another way. Friday is a critical deadline for that report, and that is not negotiable. The third component of our framework is the formula. This simple formula guides how we apply the three compassion skills in the most effective way. For learning to stick and be applied, people need a practical, easy-to-remember template that they can use in any situation. Here's an example of how ORPO can help us engage differently. Imagine you've been promoted and are leading a team, but this team just isn't aligning. You're worried about what you don't know and concerned about the consequences if you can't bring them together. Here's how this leader used ORPO to engage differently with his team the next day. I feel anxious about how things are going since I took over as your team leader. I want us to be aligned. I'm open to any feedback you want to share with me. I promise to make changes to improve our teamwork. How do you feel about this? Whenever people are working together on a project, it's likely that someone will fail to meet a deadline or do their part. It's frustrating and can really escalate if not handled well. Here's how this employee used ORPO to engage differently with his partner around their duties. I'm feeling angry. We are partners and your part isn't finished. I'm interested in your ideas on how we can contribute equally because it's important to me that we share the responsibility. What's your perspective? Where can you apply the compassion mindset? Here are some areas where these tools can transform relationships. Diversity and inclusion has come a long way. More and more, companies are looking to transcend labels and categories and find better ways to engage with dignity while maintaining focus on behavior and results. The compassion mindset can help. Client interactions can make or break your company. With the compassion mindset, your people have a framework for building loyalty and trust, even when mistakes happen. Peer relationships are strengthened. People have better ways to confront behavior while preserving dignity. Meetings, one of the biggest energy drains, can be rejuvenated with greater participation, productivity, and satisfaction. Leading change is hard, and the compassion mindset offers a terrific template for helping it go as smooth as possible with greater buy-in from your people. Streamline communications. Applying ORPO can increase engagement with company-wide communications, reduce wasted time and energy in email threads that get out of control, even bring more clarity to text messaging. The result is greater levels of engagement. I like to say that you can use the compassion mindset anywhere 2 or more people are trying to get something done. With the compassion mindset, you can move from being drained to feeling energized and leading your team toward new levels of performance. So how can you get it? Start benefiting from the compassion mindset in 4 ways. Our live online course, Train the Trainer certification, customized solutions, and keynote presentations. Let's start with our 2-hour live online course. With this course, anyone can learn how to turn on and apply the compassion mindset to any interaction. With the course, participants will get to take our online compassion assessment and receive personalized results along with their digital course handbook. A desktop reference guide is included to give daily reminders of the main concepts. A certificate of completion lets you document and display your accomplishment. And you have the option to enroll in a series of 4 reinforcement lessons, delivered weekly via email. Are you a larger company with an internal training department and want to deliver the Compassion Mindset course to your people? Train the Trainer certification might be right for you. It's so easy to get started. We've designed certification with your busy schedules in mind. Attend the live online course. Then we'll send you trainer support materials to review. We schedule a 3-hour virtual certification to go over the materials and answer questions. And you're ready to go. It's that simple. Once certified, you can get compassion assessment profiles for your employees and teach the Compassion Mindset course. We've made it incredibly easy to deliver. Convenient web-based management of assessments and materials allows you complete control over who, when, and how you deliver the course. We provide facilitator guides and course presentation slides so you have everything you need to deliver engaging, high-quality training. The Compassion Mindset is an instructor-led course, but you can deliver it virtually or in person. So whether you're traveling to train your people around the world, bringing them together in a virtual classroom, or bringing them to you, we've got you covered. Course materials can be ordered in hard copy or digital formats, whatever works best for you. Without follow-up support and reinforcement, training usually doesn't stick. But who has time for that with such busy schedules? That's why we've designed a series of follow-up support emails, activities, and resources to help reinforce and apply the course concepts. We can manage the automated follow-up or plug it into your LMS. Trainer support and product updates and orientations help you feel confident that you are training the latest we have to offer. Leaders deserve to feel energized and effective at work. We offer executive coaching in person or virtually to support your leaders. With coaching, your leaders can really excel. Coaching can help them conduct positive performance conversations, improve client interactions, deepen connections with coworkers and their teams, confront behavior with compassion, improve self-awareness and self-management, and increase engagement and morale. Your leadership teams are the foundation of your organization. We know how to align and engage teams. We begin with your leadership and co-create customized solutions to help you meet your team and organizational goals. When your team begins to turn on the compassion mindset, your organization is converted into a safe, innovative, and responsible place that experiences breakthrough results. Here are just some of the results you can experience when you're using the compassion mindset. Leaders are trusted and connected. Employees feel valued and engaged. You can get to the heart of the issue with dignity and respect. Diversity is leveraged, and less energy is wasted in negativity and drama. A keynote is the perfect way to set the tone and make an impact. With my keynote, The Compassion Effect, I will inspire your audience and give them hope for higher levels of connection and engagement. Participants will be able to experience how compassion replaces adversarial approaches with shared responsibility and collaboration. Learn how to activate a mindset that changes how you look at yourself and others, and apply the 3 compassion skills that will transform every interaction. I've been recognized as a top 100 speaker, and I love to inspire audiences and leave them with immediate action steps for bringing more compassion to their lives. Want even more value? Enhance the impact of my message with a follow-up breakout session where participants can go deeper with the content and explore how it applies to their unique leadership challenges in a more intimate setting. Add a hands-on workshop complete with personalized assessments and course materials for more intensive skill development and self-awareness. I've published 2 books on compassion. Book sales and signing always adds a special touch, giving people a chance to meet me personally and take home a copy of one of my books. So, are you ready for the compassion mindset? We've learned from experience that individuals and organizations who get the most benefit from our solutions have these 3 things in common. First, they value people skills. Are people skills a priority? Do you recognize the critical importance of interaction skills for a thriving culture and a positive bottom line? Second, do you have a learning culture? Is continuous learning valued in your organization? Are people offered opportunities to learn and grow and then held accountable for putting what they've learned into practice? Finally, do you want to make a real difference? The compassion mindset is for those with bold visions for building incredible work cultures and relationships. What's next? Let's take a look at how you can get started. Are you ready to take the next step? Register for the course at thecompassionmindset.com. While at our website, explore Train the Trainer certification to see if getting certified is a good fit for you. Fill out a contact form to start the conversation. We always welcome a call, 316-283-4200. Prefer email? Drop us a note at info@thecompassionmindset.com. Albert Einstein said, "When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." Contact us today to see how the compassion mindset can help you engage differently for breakthrough results.